I'm here to represent the Darren Johnson Avalanche Education Memorial Fund. Sort of a tongue full, but yeah, we've been able to do incredible things. We're in our 10th year of the organization. First off, I kind of want to just go through the who, what, where, and why. I guess I can keep going with who we are. And I think it's really important that we are kind of the keepers of Darren's story, kind of keeping on track with the theme of this whole thing, the storytelling and passing this legacy on to future generations of both Yellowstone Club ski patrollers, Montana ski patrollers, and ski patrollers across the industry. Has been really important for me and for the entire crew. I'd like to give a shout out to our board. A few of them are here. First off, Mandy Patriarch is our YCCF representative, and without her, we couldn't do any of this. Ethan Greaves and Neil Davies, who are our assistant directors at YC. Danielle Roy, who carried this thing through a transitional period, still an active member of the board. Trevor Schumacher, couldn't do it without him and all his help with the graphic design, the hats, and just a young energy that is really inspiring for the next generation of folks to carry on this legacy. Joni Hall is a YC member who is just the mother of all of this, and again, a huge support of our team. We have Nick Larson, who's actually my brother-in-law, and Sean Hobine, a Big Sky ski patroller. So we've grown the board quite a bit since coming in with YCCF. And sort of how we do it is, through what started as grassroots organizations. I'd like to thank Tom Leonard, who was the director at the time of Darren's accident, for having the foresight to get this going and helping us all kind of make this happen long after he's retired. And then without the help and support of Doug McCabe, we couldn't do any of this. So I want to thank them. How we do it, we give scholarships to ski patrollers and mountain professionals for continuing education, mostly avalanche education, but also professional development. And it's with the partnerships through organizations with the YCCF and the GNFAC and the A3 and ARI and all the people involved. We're really hoping to provide resources and strengthen the safety practices throughout our grants and sponsorships and scholarships. It does take a lot of t-shirts and ski straps to make it all happen, but it's incredible to see our momentum over the last 10 years. Why we do it, I think everybody had a pretty emotional ride through the talks, but to help carry on the legacy of Darren, just a ski patroller who loved it. I think in this room, we all understand what sliding on snow can do for someone's personal career choices, and that's why we're all here. Kind of a silly sport, but for some reason their whole town's kind of built around it across the world. So, we really are trying to make lemonade, create a silver lining here of a tragic event that took place, and grow from that. And I think a huge part of it is this community, the ski patrol teams. I don't have to preach to the choir here. We all understand, we have lockers, we don't have desks, and I think that's a huge part of it. And continuing on this process and strengthening that community and the patrol teams to make sure that family lives on. Another reason why we do it, unfortunately, avalanche education is rather costly. And when you're paid in powder some years, maybe not this year, that is a challenge to this further development. Certainly, the patrollers that are self-funding these advanced trainings. It's the course fees, the travel to a ski town during peak season, whether it's unpaid time off. It's all a huge cost to the people who are trying to better themselves for a community who just likes to slide on snow. So with this fund, we're really hoping to help remove those financial barriers for these life-saving educational opportunities. And I think it's become very clear across the industry that there's a need for it. Our partnership with YCCF, a couple years ago, there was a little bit of a transition, and kind of someone had to step up to the plate to take on this task. And we could not do it with the help of Mandy and her team. Anne's here, and just their unwilling support of a bunch of knucklehead ski patrollers who don't really know much about raising money, reading applications, coming up with applications, distributing funds, paying taxes, all these things. And I think a huge part of this is that long-term sustainability of this. They have been a huge help in helping us grow this foundation and to give out the assets that we work so hard to gain. So again, I could not thank them enough. So just a quick math of it all. Since 2024, we've raised $172,000, which is a lot for ski patrollers. I think these next numbers really resonate with me. We've given away 27 full ride scholarships. Kind of starting with the National Avalanche School. That's where this all began. We started giving away one scholarship to local ski areas, and that has grown. This last year, we were able to send 10 folks to both the classroom session as well as the field session. And then just dispersing that throughout the industry. Over the last 2 years, there's been 17 resorts, 10 states, 2 Canadian provinces, and 3 Montana ski areas that have benefited from this fund. And reading the applications and interviewing these folks has certainly become really important in highlighting the healing and the many benefits of this. Obviously, these folks get to go to their avalanche training of choice, but also for us board members, we get to see that young, enthusiastic, go-getter determination that goes across the board for these ski patrollers that are fighting tooth and nail to get these opportunities. So our grants kind of vary, from $5,000 to $11,000, sort of the 2 different tiers. And we've really worked to expand that beyond the courses and individual outputs. I mean, events like this and the Avalanche Hour, if you've ever listened to that, we really are trying to expand our outreach to this community to ensure that folks talk about this, to not only reflect on the accidents and near misses that take place, but the future and development of the avalanche education structure that is becoming a huge part of the industry. Just last little bit, few just headshots and statements from our recipients. It's amazing to hear the feedback from these folks when they get back from an opportunity to go to these schools, how it affects their career choice. I don't think a lot of us got into this to create a career, but here we are, and it's amazing to have a direct impact on somebody's ability to pay rent and fix their car and get them down to these events and where they can learn and share and grow with other patrollers from around the world. It's pretty special. So yeah, I won't take any more time. I know there's pizza and beer. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and hope this continues to grow and we get the support across the industry that we've been seeing for the last few years. So thank you.